All right. Three, two, one. Welcome, everybody, to Rolling on Three, the first podcast for all three wheel owners. Whether you're riding on a slingshot, Ryker, Spider, anything on three wheels, this is the show for you. Today, I'd like to welcome Vanessa. Vanessa is from North Las Vegas. I'd like to welcome her to the show. She's also a retired Air Force vet. I'd like to thank you for your service. And I want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. I start off the show with the same question. What are you rolling on?
I have a Riker 600.
All right. Cool. Cool. When did you get the Riker?
I bought it in April of 2019.
Uh-huh.
Um, I had been looking at spiders and I had looked online, the YouTube videos, and I think I saw an advertisement at the dealership for like a 2016 spider.
Okay.
And so I took my husband with me and I went and I was looking at the spider and the guy was kind of trying to show me how it works. And so he said, well, get up on, get on it. So I went to get on it and I have spinal issues and I
Okay.
have mobility issues. So
Mhm.
when I went to raise my leg up, it wasn't going up high enough to get over on it.
Mm,
I didn't
mm.
know I could put my left foot, on the running board
Okay.
and go over. And the sales guy didn't tell me that either. So I was like, yeah. And then he showed me the clutch and it just seemed so complicated. And my husband was there and he said, hey, what about this?
Right.
And I looked over and he was in front of the Riker. And he said, see if you can sit on this. And the rest is history. I sat on it. The guy showed me how, to me, it was a lot easier than the spider. Now I know it's not, but then it seemed like the spider was just too complicated.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so I sat on it and I went inside and we did the deal and I bought it and they delivered it Friday. I think I went on Tuesday and the first day they could deliver was Friday. They delivered it and put it into my driveway. And
No, no,
the rest is history.
no, that's a great first story. I like when people go to the dealership and they have good experience because I've noticed it's 50-50. People say, "Oh, I hate going to the dealer," and then some people say, "No, my dealer was nice. They took care of me." Was it a local dealer or did you have to go far to get it?
No, it's a local dealer, just a few miles from my house.
Okay, okay. Okay, so I guess when you said you was looking at the spider, so did you ever ride before?
My husband always had motorcycles, and
Okay.
I rode with him, a few times, but mainly because of my spinal issues. He was
Mhm.
really afraid that if he
Oh,
ever laid it down, what would happen to me.
okay.
So I never really rode with him that much.
Right, right, right. Okay, that
And
makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah,
Hmm.
and it was just something I kind of wanted to do,
Hmm.
and it seemed like it was doable. Uh, Three wheels, my balance is not all that great anymore. So I mean, hey, three wheels, you
No,
can't get any better than that.
listen, no, without a doubt. I mean, it's all about your comfortability on a bike, right? So, if you're
Mhm.
not comfortable with your balance, this is a great option to get back on the road like you wanted to, and you don't
Mhm.
have to put too much worry in the two-wheel thing. No, I respect that totally. A lot of people make that type of choice, whether they're just looking for something different or just something more
Right.
comfortable they could be on or something like that. So no, it's a good choice. Good choice. Um, so you were riding, I guess, on the back of your husband, or did you ride and y'all switched it up? I mean, how or did
No,
you?
just on the back with him.
Oh, okay. So that's where
Yeah.
you got the feeling of wanting to ride and try it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a boyfriend years ago who
Uh-huh.
who rode, and he seemed kind of dangerous when I was a teenager. He seemed kind of dangerous. So that was always in the back of my mind, kind of thing.
Okay, the bad boy, huh? You had the
Yes,
bike.
yes.
I hear you. I hear you. I was one of those guys too. I had the two wheels and riding around like crazy. But those days are over. As you move on in life, there's other things you want to do besides ride motorcycles. That's cool though. That's cool. Uh, so in North Las Vegas, how's the riding? Like, how's the roads? How's the weather? Is it like cities or suburb? Tell me about like the riding area around there like that.
Well, North Las Vegas is a city on itself, but it's outside Las Vegas. So there's Las Vegas, and then there's Henderson and North Las Vegas. So there are three separate cities, separate mayors, police department, everything. But it runs all into Vegas.
Okay.
Uh, I don't ride on the strip. When the shutdown was going on, they
Okay.
decided to do all the construction they ever wanted to do on the Las Vegas Strip. And if anyone had wanted to make an, post-apocalyptic movie, it would have been perfect because the streets were, jacked up and lifted up. And actually, they let people ride bicycles down the strip because no
Wow.
one was down there. So
Wow.
we would go and just ride, up and down the strip and actually look at it, not having to worry about the traffic. The strip is always bottlenecked. I'd never really go down there that much now because you just
Really?
get stuck in traffic. Um,
Wow.
in the summer, it's really hot. I had seen one of your podcasts and you talked about being stuck in traffic in New York. It's the same way here. The traffic is and you're sitting there and your skin is burning because,
Ooh.
you're waiting for the light to change.
Right.
And it can get, up to 115, 120 here. So it's something in the summer to try to
Right.
ride here.
Right.
There's not that many. I see people back east, with all the beautiful scenery and stuff, and you don't really have a lot of that here.
Really? Is this all just straight desert or is
It's pretty
it?
much desert. There's Mount Charleston you can go to. There's places you can go. Don't get me wrong. You can go to
Mhm.
Hoover Dam, but there's nothing close.
Okay.
So, I mean, you're talking an hour to 2 hours. So
Mm.
it's not just, outside your backyard, you can find something.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, have you taken any long rides yet? Like, out there 2, 3 hours yet?
I have not. Right now, I'm practicing how to ride with other people and
Okay.
practicing how to ride long distances and on the freeway. So the freeway here is pretty treacherous. So I go and I ride until the wind. I have a problem with the wind. So
Okay.
the wind kind of bounces me around. So when I get to the point where I can't stand it anymore and too many big trucks have come by me, then I jump off and then I go around and I get back on and I go. And I'll get there one day,
No,
but
no.
it's for me. It's not for anyone else. I keep telling myself, you don't have to be a long hauler. You don't have to be someone who goes on these big trips. Ride how I want to ride, and that's good enough. So I have to keep telling myself that.
No, you know what? That is actually great. Ride how you want to ride. That's great for people to hear because a lot of people do have that feeling like, oh, I'm a ride and I'm not going to be able to ride like others and I'm not going to be comfortable.
Mhm.
And they do worry about, oh, I'm on the bike. So you're actually right. It's ride how you want to ride. If you want
Yeah.
to go fast, you want to go slow, you want to get off and get on. That's a perfect, perfect analogy to let people know. And that's what's good because when other people watch this, they'll feel comfortable knowing that, hey, I got people in the same boat as me. So no,
Exactly.
I appreciate that. So are you well, you say you ride alone, but do you ever ride your husband? I'm assuming he rides with you.
He rides with me. He doesn't. Uh, he used to ride a lot more.
Okay.
I don't know why, but he doesn't ride as much as I. But if I have to go get a loaf of bread, I'll put my backpack on and I'll go to the store and get a loaf of bread and pop it in. And then any reason to get on the bike, just to go
Right.
up the highway in the back, go up the street and back. I just like being on it.
No, no, I get it. Do you are there like I don't know if you visited yet or are there like big is it a big bike community out there in Vegas? Like do you see it when you go
I,
out, you see trains and trains, lines of bike.
I have not, but
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me from not being a local.
Hmm.
It just seems like it's very hard to know what's going on in around Vegas,
Okay.
unless it's like a strip kind of thing. But just the local people, you kind of have to know someone who knows someone who knows someone kind of
All
thing.
right. All right.
And
All
I've
right.
never been in that mix. So on YouTube though, I see different, people are, meeting in bikes and stuff. I'm looking forward to the International Female Ride Day, the
Okay.
end of this month. And so hopefully I'll meet some local women, and then that'll help me meet more people.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you told me before, you're originally from Omaha, Nebraska, and then
Yes,
when you retired from the military, you from the U.S. Air Force military,
yes.
retired vet. You moved to Las Vegas. Now, so my question for you is, if you had the bike out of the two states, from Omaha to Vegas, which one you think you would enjoy more having the bike?
Probably Omaha. There'd be
Really?
more places to ride,
Okay.
but I would be so bored any other time. So that's why we retired in
Uh,
North Las Vegas, Vegas area. So
okay.
it's always something to do. Well, it used to be always something to do, but
Right.
it'll
Right.
get back to that one day.
Yeah. Well, the shutdown has kept people has changed the whole lifestyle of, I guess, of all of America, and riding is different, and nothing's open as much as it should. Even I haven't been able to go out, but I sit in the same situation. I'm in a heavy congested area in New York City, so getting the opportunity to ride is far few in between. But hopefully, when everything opens up, then you could take more short trips, and I could get more footage out, because it's hard out here. It's hard, and I don't know how you doing it at 110 degrees. Are you wearing a full face helmet?
I have two. I have the full face. Well, I
Uh,
have the Montero, and then I have
okay.
the full face. So yes, I do. I know that on a lot of the sites, the Facebook sites, you'll see ladies will show pictures of them maybe in shorts, and seem like a lot of people gang up on them and say, you shouldn't wear that. You're gonna worry about sliding and stuff. So I try to be as comfortable as possible.
Hmm.
Uh, and hey, I like the attention too. I'm not gonna lie. I like the attention. So it's less I can get away with
Right.
in the heat, I do.
Do you get do you get a lot of people still pulling up next to you on a Riker going, "What is that? What is that? Where did
Yeah.
you get that?"
Yes. You have women, when I look over, they'll be like this. Yesterday I had a young girl, she at the light, she was just fascinated. I was like, that's good. You get a lot of young guys who want to peel off at the light. I'm not going to say what they're trying to impress me with, but
Okay.
let's just say I do catch them and I do pass them.
All
So
right. All right.
yeah.
That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. Have you done any mods to the bike yet? Because everybody loves mods. So I want to know if you were getting down and doing your mods.
Well, I've seen your videos, so I made a list.
Don't go on
You
my
ready?
list. You're gonna go broke. Go ahead.
I got a list. The first thing I did, I wrapped it. And
Okay.
then I got floorboards. I
Okay.
got the Night Rider lights, head
Hmm.
bulbs, brake
Hmm.
lock, wheel lock, helmet lock,
Okay.
backrest, foam hand grips, bar ends, windshield, tank bag. Uh, and then once I got it wrapped, the tank bag covered how nice the wrap looked on that
Uh-huh.
area.
Okay.
So I did away with the tank bag and I bought a bike bag and modified it myself. So it still shows that area.
Hmm.
Uh, Also the lock for the gas cap. The bike lights I bought, I saw someone on YouTube have them. They're just the regular bike lights,
Hmm.
but then I attached them to the part where the wheels go like this.
Yes, the
And
fenders.
then,
Yeah,
and I
the
just
the
flip those
the
on.
arms. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I flip those on when I want to, because I didn't want to do a lot more with the wiring. And I have
Okay.
the Night Rider lights, which wired, through my battery and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Okay.
And then the wheel caps, I bought the ones from they're fixtures for your sink.
Yeah, I
And
did a video on those.
yeah, I got those. And since my bike is copper with kente print at the bottom and on the fenders,
Uh-huh.
I made some printed kente print paper and with stickers and stuck it on there. So
Oh man, that's you did some work. So, all right. So the $1 million question: how much money have you spent?
until I wrote this down and started reading it, I feel embarrassed
Don't
because
worry
this is a
about
lot of stuff. I didn't realize it until I wrote it down. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know.
it.
I know
Okay.
the wrap was the most expensive, and it was, a little bit over about 1600
Okay.
for the wrap. And I was like the second Riker they had wrapped.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but the guy did. Oh
Mm.
my gosh. I was in love. When I saw it, I almost cried. It was beautiful. Yeah.
No, that's great. That's great. So, if what would be out of all the mods? So, what would be like the best mod you did? And like you say, oh, that was the best thing I ever did to the bike. And the one you would say is, I didn't really have to do that.
Um, I have two.
Okay.
For the windshield, because of my spine,
Mhm.
I can't like sit on a bar stool anymore
Oh,
because I
okay.
don't have that ability to keep myself upright.
All right.
So the wind was just killing me.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
the windshield helped the wind, and then the
Mm-hmm.
backrest, I can
Okay.
rest my back. So those were kind of like hand in hand.
Right.
The one I didn't probably really need,
None.
now that I have the brake lock, I don't really need the wheel lock.
Okay.
But I still, if I park somewhere and it's so low and someone parks between me, on the sides of me, and I walk out of a store, my heart always goes like this.
Mm.
Especially I forgot where I parked once, and I thought someone had taken it. And I looked, I
Oh
was like, "Oh, you dummy,
man.
it's there."
Man.
But yeah, I'm just afraid someone's gonna pick it up and walk away with it.
No, no. I mean, people always talk about the mods, and it's everybody talks about how easy it is to work on the bike, and it actually is a very out of from owning bikes before and owning the Can Am. It's like it's very easy to modify, and
Okay.
it's so much stuff you can do to it. Because I've noticed that even when I look around and I'm on social media or there's ride outs, I never really see two of the same unless they
Yeah,
both just pulled out of the dealership. And even then, when they pull out the dealership, somebody always has something different. But
true.
I've been noticed that so many people make it their own. Like, there's like not no copycat, no, oh, I like this and I'm gonna do mine
Right.
like that. It's like people always put in the time to make it so uniquely their own. And I'm wondering if that's because of the design of it, or it's just that people are just more into, being different.
I don't know. I think the aspect of it being kind of like a bare bones bike,
Mhm.
and the price, you can't beat the price either, So I think it allows you to get creative. And it's new. I
Right.
mean, when I brought mine, 2019, it was in April, brand new.
Right.
And so I just think it does make a community of people because, people are, oh, you can do this and you can do that. And I think it just binds us together. So I don't know if they did that on purpose, but as far as a business model and as
Yeah.
far as merchandising, yeah, it turns out really well.
Yeah, they actually do their thing. And I have to say that Can Am has pretty much figured it out on how to keep people engaged with their bikes. I, I don't know, like you said it. I don't know if it was purpose or by accident, but they sure got it figured out on how they want to do this because I speak to people from all over, and I get people email me from all over, and they ask me questions, and they'll send me a picture, or oh, how do I do this, or do you know about this, or how, and everybody is just so into the bike, and even the community. Like, well, even when I started this whole thing, it's just like so many people were like, oh yeah, yeah, send me an email. Yeah, I'll be on the show. Yeah, I want to talk about my bike. And I was like, wow, when I first thought about it, I was like, wow, there's no platform for people
Good. Yeah.
to who do all this work to their bike and so proud to be proud of the things they've accomplished. So I was like, you know what, I think this will be a good thing for the community, and it's kind of fun too. So I like when people get hands on and put in the work and do things like that and show it off. And I think that's pretty cool.
It makes me feel, I put I had help from my husband from a lot of stuff. I kind of
Hmm.
want him to help me. He's one of those guys, just give me the parts, let me do it, go away. But I put the brake lock in myself.
Okay.
I bought the drill, I bought the bit, I did it little by little because I didn't want to mess it up, and I did
Hmm.
it. And even when I get off my bike, when I'm getting out of my car in the driveway, I look at it and I go, I did that. And it
Exactly.
just makes me feel so good that I know I did that myself.
100%. You're 100% right. So, earlier before we started recording, you were showing me your riding jacket, which I guess they call a cut. It's
Okay.
let me see what you got there. It looked pretty nice. So I said, you know
Okay.
what, you got to show that off. All right.
So I've got that. These were stickers. These were patches from when you're in the military. They, especially the Air Force, I don't know other branches, they'll always give you a plaque
Hmm.
before you leave, and usually everyone signs it. And
Okay.
the squadron I was in here was a training squadron on training people how to fly T-38 aircraft, and how to the basic flying school.
Okay.
And so there was 8 flights, and they had the patches. So what they would do when people would leave, they would give you a plaque with all the patches, and everyone would sign it. So it was hanging on my wall because we've got a military love me wall. My husband is retired, so he has his side, I got mine.
Thank
And I
you
was
for the
looking at it, I was like,
service.
they're just sitting there. And I was like, open this thing up. Your kids won't care when you're dead, whether you had it or not. And I opened it up and I cut them out, and I bought my vest and I took them and I had them sewn on. So that feels good. And then this one here, I had a jean vest.
Hmm.
And so I found some patches on Etsy. People are doing patches and a lot of stuff. And so I sold those on myself.
All right.
So I got two, depends on how I'm feeling. Am I feeling like a military warrior rebel? Or if I'm feeling girly girl, I'll wear the jean. And if not, if I'm feeling kind of badass, I'll wear my military vest.
Nothing wrong about wearing your accomplishments, right? There's nothing wrong with that, man. You put in the work, you served your time for this country, then yeah, why not be proud and let everybody know that there's a vet
Exactly.
riding on this bike? You know what I'm saying? So, to you and to your husband, thank you for your service. So, uh, right now I'm getting into the part where the YouTube algorithm starts to say, hey, you going too long, or people's
Okay.
pension spans start to drop and all that crazy
Right.
enough. So I'm gonna ask you, if you had to describe your Can-Am experience in one word or one sentence, how would you describe it?
Life saving.
Mm-hmm. Life saving.
Life saving.
Why would you say that?
When I bought it, it was kind of a bad time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But when I bought it, it was a good time in my life, and then it became a bad time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got on it, I could think and I could work through things, and it made me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And so it does feel like a lifesaver, mental health lifesaver.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. No, that's a beautiful thing. It's helping you out, and that's how you feel, man. I'm glad you're getting a beautiful experience from it,
Mhm.
and
I am.
that's nice. And you know what, like I said, this platform is for other people to listen, and when they feel the same way and they get to see other people who may be in the same predicament or feel the same way, this is always going to help. And this is what the podcast is for. I'm trying to make this whole Can-Am three-wheel community into a very large, friendly family community, so we can all meet each other and see each other on the roads
Yeah.
and travel cross country and say, hey, he was on the show, or she's from over there, she got a bike there, and I saw her over there, and that type of stuff. So that's the whole reason for it. So if anybody wants to see Vanessa's bike and check out her rides,
Mhm.
she has social media. Go ahead and tell the people what you got.
Okay, it's Instagram, SEXE, that's my bike, _Ryker _Sista, SISTA.
Okay, so like I said, so she's riding now in the North Las Vegas area. So any of
Yeah.
you people who are riding around the North Las Vegas area and need another rider, she's out there. She's doing her thing, getting
Yeah.
her feet wet, trying. Hey everybody, I am Keith Hammer from Rolling on Three, the first podcast for all three wheelers. If you want to contact me, my email is rolling on three wheels. That's the number three. My Twitter is rolling on three. My Instagram is Shadow Black Riker. So all the information will be below. My information will be below. Vanessa's Instagram will be below. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it. Vanessa, thank you. Thank you again. Thank you for your service. Thank you for giving me your time on this show. Uh,
Thank you.
thank you everybody. Keep watching and subscribe to my channel. And everybody have a good day.